My name is Wade Tullier, and I'm an artist working in Detroit, Michigan. Originally, I'm from Pigeon, Louisiana. It's a small town of maybe 200 people. I grew up there and then relocated to Detroit about 8 years ago, yeah, when I went to graduate school here. Growing up in a small town, absolutely everyone knew your business. You always felt like you were being watched. As you grow up in your teens, you kind of feel like, I don't need people to watch me. I'm trying to grow. I'm trying to do what I want, maybe spread my wings a bit more than what they're allowing me to do. I was the guy that you see on CSI who sculpted the faces, the identities of missing persons out of clay. The things that I was making where they were intended to be representative of a person and what they had gone through, there was nothing that I could do that would change them from being just a statue. And thinking about that and really trying to quantify someone's identity or their experiences into a singular figurative form that wasn't them became something that pushed me pretty far away from that at that point in time. I found myself at Cranbrook Academy of Art in their graduate program, and that really allowed me to focus on what I thought would be a quantification of my identity, where I came from. You know, and all the kind of weird stories that you hear about Louisiana, the majority of them, as crazy as they sound, are true. Like walking out in your yard and just there being an alligator. There's always imminent danger where you're battling against nature. Storms, hurricanes, floodwaters rising, watching it on the news. There's a difference in that and watching your neighbors float in the windows because they died trapped inside their house. That is why I say the work can be timid in some ways, whereas it's removing some of the more gruesome or visceral details to process, organize, and create a story that introduces some of those things in a way that can maybe be instructive or helpful, or maybe even just issue warnings. The imagery and symbolism that I use, particularly skulls and things like that, they look like candy, pillowy, some of them, but they make reference to these other serious and intense traumatizing events, minus the shock that you feel when you experience it. There aren't very many materials that you can sculpt with your bare hands. You can make whatever you want out of clay. Paint, obviously you can do some of that, but this is a material that responds directly to your body in a way that is linked with the amount of force that you push upon it. That, as a way of working, perhaps a metaphor for things, is really intoxicating. Your hands are literally shaping the world that you want. My hopes for the work is that people take away from it that they are free to feel or take the meaning from these things as they interpret it. These objects act as characters, and that they can take these characters and pull them into their own lives and their own situations and develop their own meaning over time. Maybe some of these things people feel are a bit spooky, are a bit scary, but I think that also goes probably hand in hand with life. there are these really happy moments, but underneath those things, maybe there's harsher truths that we have to deal with.